I am on a mission to cut out any expense that does not bring value to my life. I also have a lot going on and it's a lot to handle mentally, so I also want my life to be as simple and easy as it possibly can be. So today I want to talk about how I'm saving money and creating a more simple life by giving my digital life a deep clean. As I think most of y'all know, I have Apple products, so I have an iPhone, I have a MacBook, I have an Apple Watch, I have an iPad. I'm very heavily into the Apple ecosystem. And if you have multiple Apple devices, you know the advantage of having them is that they all kind of talk to each other. They're all connected. So if you have your iCloud account on your phone and on your computer, they can speak to each other, so you can get your messages on your phone and on your computer. The same photos that are on your phone are also on your computer as well. And I consider myself to be a bit of a tech girl, tech girly, as the young kids may call it. I have a lot of digital files as a content creator. I have a lot of photos. We'll get into that in just a second. But I have so many photos that I use the Apple storage. I pay for that. So I pay $10.99 a month for that. That is before tax. I think it's like more than $12 after taxes, but I pay the $10.99 a month, and that gets me 2 terabytes of storage, which may sound like a lot, but it's not really. And with deep cleaning my digital life and kind of doing like a decluttering or a detox of my computer and my phone, I want to challenge myself and hopefully get rid of Apple storage and not have to pay that every month. But if I can't get rid of it completely, I at least want to downgrade to the plan that is, it's $2.99 a month, and that will get me 200 gigabytes of storage. But the goal is to get rid of it altogether. And here is how I plan on doing that. So I have an iPhone 15 Pro Max. It has 1 terabyte of storage, but currently I am only using 214 gigabytes of that 1 terabyte of storage. And like I just said, I pay for the iCloud storage that has 2 terabytes. And of that 2 terabytes of iCloud storage, okay, wait, maybe I should backtrack. I want to make sure that this is as simple as possible. So there's 2 ways that you can store things. You can store things on your phone, and then you can store things in the cloud. Imagine a cloud right here. Yes. So on my phone has 1 terabyte of storage. In the cloud, I currently have 2 terabytes of storage. On my phone, I'm only using 20% of the storage on here. I have a little more than 200 gigabytes that I'm using on the phone. Everything else I store in the cloud. So in the cloud, I have 2 terabytes of storage, and I am using 1.9 terabytes of that 2 terabytes of storage. And as you can see, I am very, very close to going over my allotted 2 terabytes. And if I go over that, they will want me to pay to upgrade to the next tier above that, which, hold on. So if I were to upgrade my iCloud storage, it would then go up to 6 terabytes of storage, and I would have to pay $32.99 a month before taxes for that plan. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. So I am gonna go in reverse. I'm gonna go the opposite direction and get rid of things so that I can downgrade my subscription plan, if not get rid of it altogether. I wanna take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, Clean My Mac. So we've been talking a lot about digital decluttering, cleaning up your phone, deleting things that you don't use, things like that. But have you ever done a deep clean to your MacBook? So I've had my MacBook for a few years now. It's a 2019 model. It's hanging in there, but it has been running slow lately. It's also been overheating, and the battery life is terrible. And the last thing I need right now is to have to drop thousands of dollars on a new MacBook. And that is why I use Clean My Mac. Clean My Mac is like a deep clean for your computer. It finds and removes junk files, cache, malware, system clutter, and eliminates duplicates. Basically all the stuff that slows your Mac down behind the scenes. Now my Mac is running better than it had been for months. Apps open faster, and my MacBook isn't overheating, and my battery life is lasting longer. And the best news is I didn't have to spend a dime on a new computer. MacBooks are too expensive to not do everything you can to protect and take care of them. So invest in maintaining your MacBook so that it can last for as long as possible. Whether you're a content creator, a student, a business owner, or just someone who's trying to keep their digital life together, Clean My Mac helps you keep your Mac healthy and save you money, because who has time or money to waste? Boost speed, cut costs, and get tidy today. Try a 7-day free trial and use my code NUMBERS for 20% off. And thank you, Clean My Mac, for sponsoring this video. So what is taking up the majority of my iCloud storage that I have to pay extra for? Photos and videos. I have, before I started this experiment of getting rid of things, I had over 14,000 photos and over 4,000 videos on my phone. So mainly that is because I'm a content creator. I just have, like I said, I have thousands of photos and videos on my phone because I'm always taking pictures of things. I'm always videoing things. And what makes it worse is that, like, my phone is basically like the Disney vault. And there's just so many things on my phone that I've just never shared. Things from my past apartments that I've never shared, like different projects that I did when I was living there. Things in this house that I've done. I've like remodeled. I did like a soft remodel of my bathroom upstairs, which I haven't shown. I'm going to show it at some point in time for the people who originally were subscribing when I was showing everything related to the house. Don't worry, more videos like that are coming in the future. Just hold on. I'll keep sharing those videos soon. But yeah, I did stuff in the bathroom. I've made like a whole reading nook. Like I've done things in my guest bathroom. Like I've done a lot of stuff and I just haven't shared it, and it's all on my phone or all in the like cloud. So yeah, I kind of just hoard things, and not just photos and videos, but I also have over 2,000 screenshots, which is like so funny to say out loud because it's like, you never know when you need a screenshot, just in case somebody want to act like they didn't say something back in like July 11th of 2021. I can pull it out and say, nope, per the screenshot, this is what you said. Okay. But anyway, gotta have the receipts, right? So I have over 2,000 screenshots. And yeah, I just have a lot of stuff. So my plan is to delete a lot of those photos and videos, enough to get it so that I would only need like a max of 200 gigabytes in the iCloud storage. And that's like a hard max, because anything more than that, then I'd have to keep my current level that I have of the 2 terabytes. But if I can get it down to no more than 200 gigabytes of iCloud storage, then I only have to pay $2.99 a month versus $10.99 a month. And to anyone who's thinking, this is a lot of work, why are you doing all this work to save, what, like $8 a month? Yes, it is a lot of work now, but once I, get rid of everything, it won't be a lot of work. And so that's first of all. Secondly, it's not about the money saved, it's about the value. I mean, saving money is nice. Like, of course I want to save money, but it's more so about the value. And I don't want my money to go places that I do not value. And these photos and videos that have been on my phone for years and are just sitting there collecting digital dust, there's no reason for me to keep them. And there's no reason for me to keep paying for that. So that is why I'm going through the effort of decluttering. So my first step, I wanted to delete things that are on my actual phone so that because I still have like over 800 gigabytes of space on my phone. So if I can get rid of things on the cloud, then I won't need the cloud at all, and I can just put everything on my phone instead. So I wanted to delete things off of here so that I can have as much space on my phone as possible. So my first step was deleting apps. So before I started doing all this, I had 273 apps on my phone, and at this point I now have 158. So I got rid of over 100 apps. And how did I choose which apps to get rid of? So first, I went through like all the single-use apps that I needed for one purpose, and it's highly unlikely that I'll ever have to use that app again. For instance, when I went to New Zealand and Australia, for both of those countries, you need travel visas to get in, and the world's digital now, so they have apps where you can get your visa. I won't need those apps or those visas again unless I go back to those countries. And actually, I was thinking about it while I was saying it. I think that those visas last for like 5 years. I could be wrong. But they do last for like a number of years. So even if I went back like 2 years from now, I don't think that I'd have to get the app again because my visa wouldn't have expired yet. My point is, I'm not going back to New Zealand or Australia anytime soon, I don't think. So I got rid of the apps. I just deleted them. So any app like that was single use, or apps where maybe it's not single use, but you don't use it frequently. Like I had the Amtrak app on my phone because one time I took a train somewhere. But if I'm not like actively gonna take a train anytime soon, why do I need the Amtrak app on my phone at all times? I don't. So I went through and I got rid of any apps where, yes, when the time comes, I will need that app again, but I don't need it every day. I don't need it every week. For most of them, I didn't even need them once a month. So when the time comes, I'll just re-download the app. So there's no reason to feel like iffy about deleting these apps because they'll always let you re-download them. Unless it's TikTok. I wouldn't delete TikTok because they're doing some weird things. I wouldn't delete TikTok and I wouldn't delete CapCut because CapCut is owned by TikTok, so I would not get rid of those apps. In most cases, if you delete an app, you can always re-download it later. I also got rid of apps where I used to use them, but I no longer do. Like I used to use State Farm for my insurance, but now I use Progressive, so I don't need the State Farm app anymore. So any apps like that, you can get rid of those as well. So it took some time. I was just sitting on the couch doing this for like a good 20 to 30 minutes, just scrolling through to seeing which apps I wanted to get rid of. But like I said, I deleted over 100 apps, and that freed up over 20 gigabytes of space on my phone. Another place that you want to think about decluttering is your messages. So every time you send a photo, video, meme, or GIF to someone, that uses space on your phone. So in your phone, under settings, you can go to iPhone storage, and then there will be a section called recommendations, and from there you can review large attachments. And essentially that's what I'm talking about, like inside of your message, all the photos and videos that you've ever sent to someone. So I went through and I just reviewed all of them. It should be ordered in like the biggest files will be up top. So I just went through and I looked, I don't need to keep that, I don't need to keep that, I don't need to keep that. Like random GIFs that I've sent to people, or back when I was like house hunting, I would send my mom photos and videos a lot. And that takes up storage. So just deleting things like that, things that don't matter, things that you don't need receipts for this, right? You won't need a receipt for that. So go ahead and delete those type of things too. Your phone will also show you top conversations, and these are people that you text with the most. And so it'll show, like it'll order it who has the most gigabytes of each message thread. For me, the number one is my mom. I text my mom all the time. Yeah, she had like 13 gigabytes by herself. But you can go through and you can see which conversations are taking up the most space. Like I had an ex and his message thread was taking up like 3 gigabytes. And I was like, we are not getting back together. We have not talked in years. It has been years. Why am I keeping this message thread? Like, this is not a situation where I need receipts at all because it's never gonna matter again at this point. So I went ahead and deleted like that whole message thread, and it just makes you feel lighter. It's like, you're in the past. So doing those things definitely helped. Deleting old messages, deleting apps, things like that. But for me and my situation, the bulk of what is taking up space on my phone and in the iCloud is my photos and videos. So that is where the real challenge lied. So like I said before, I have 2 terabytes of space in the iCloud, and my photos and videos are taking up 1.2 terabytes. That is 58% of my iCloud storage. So I did 3 things to free up some space. One, there is an option to merge duplicates. So your phone is smart and it knows like, hey, you have like 3 copies of the same photo for some reason. So you can merge it into one and now you just have 1 copy. So you can free up space that way. That's the first thing I did. And then this is where it starts to get tedious, but I went through and I deleted any photos that were bad. Like maybe the photo was blurry. If it was a video, maybe the video was dark. Things like that. Basically, getting rid of anything that is not relevant anymore or things that you would not miss. And this is what is going to take some time. I'm honestly still going through this process. I am still trying to clear out my photos and videos. I've gotten rid of a lot. So let me go look at my phone. So when I first started this project of clearing everything out, like I said, I had 1.9 terabytes that I was using of my 2 terabytes, and I'm now only using 1.3 terabytes. So it's taken time. It may take you time. It depends, I guess, on how much photos or videos that you have to go through on your phone. But I've definitely made progress. So I'm just gonna keep doing this whenever I have free time, just going through my phone. Like, I don't need that anymore. I don't need this. I don't need that. I'm gonna delete these things. And so, however, it takes as long as it takes. For me, I have a goal of finishing this before I get charged again for Apple storage. And then third, the things that I cannot get rid of or I don't want to get rid of, maybe they have sentimental value, or maybe like anything related to my house that I've done. I haven't posted it yet, but I do think it's still relevant, so I do want to post it at some point. But maybe I don't want to keep it on my phone anymore. That is where, hold on. That is where hard drives come in. So this is this little guy. It's upside down. This little guy is a Samsung external hard drive, and I just added a little sticker that I made. This is all of my content for the year is going on here. So this itself is 2 terabytes. For anyone who's curious, this is the Samsung T7 Shield external hard drive. It's a very pretty color. It matches my aesthetic. As you can see, I wear a lot of I wear a lot of neutrals, blacks and whites, cream colored type things. But yeah, anyway, so I have one that is this size, and it has a USB-C cable. And this one is an older one that I have. It's the Lacy hard drive. I feel like this is like the OG YouTuber hard drive right here. But it has a USB cable with it. But my point is, move it off of your computer or off of your phone onto a hard drive. And that is what I'll be doing for everything that I don't want to delete. And you don't have to use a hard drive. You could use like just a thumb drive instead. It just depends on how much you need to store. For me, like I said, I have a lot of videos and a lot of photos. Videos, especially, videos take up a lot of space, especially if you were shooting, if you're shooting high quality video, like 4K video, it takes up a lot of space. So that's why I have these more like legit professional hard drives. But if you don't have as many, then you don't need one like those, because those can be kind of expensive. I think the last time I checked, this was on sale for like $150. So they're more on the expensive side. But if you are someone who you do have a lot of things that you need to store, I still think it's worth it to have a hard drive, just because you have this device that can store everything and you buy it that one time versus having to pay for this monthly forever, basically, just an infinite amount of time. And is this tedious? Yes, it is. But once it's done, it won't have to be done again, right? And yes, I know that I'll keep taking photos and videos, but I want to be a lot more cognitive of what I'm taking, and instead of just, oh, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, deleting ones that aren't good, because anyone who takes a lot of like selfies, you know that you may take like 15 selfies, but you're only going to post one of them. Delete the other 14. So yeah, it is tedious. I'm not gonna, act like it isn't, because it is. It took me like I said, 20 to 30 minutes just for the apps alone, and going through all the photos. I think I've been doing it for like an hour today. So depending on how much free time you have, you could do it all in one day, or it may take you like over the next week or so to finish this. But once it's done, it'll be done. So like for me, I've already freed up over 600 gigabytes of iCloud storage. And because my phone and my computer are connected, it's also freeing up space on my computer as well. So I hope this video was helpful. I know that not everyone may be interested in doing something like this. Some people may think it's more trouble than it's worth, but that is up to you to decide. And if you think it's too much trouble, then you don't have to do all this. But for those of us who do think that it's worth it, I hope that these steps were helpful, and I hope you got a lot out of this video. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you next time.